Welcome and good morning.
Good morning.
Guys, congratulations on being the first graduating class of Frontline Supervisor Training School in 2022. Take a second and clap it up for yourselves. Over the past 2 weeks, you guys have worked really hard, spent a lot of time learning about leadership, soft skills, and communication, and learning the tools that you need to go out and be successful. You worked hard, and I'm really proud of each and every one of you. So I want you to take a second and pat yourselves on the back. Don't pat too hard though, because I'm here to tell you that it's not over. It doesn't end here, it can't end here. And I'm gonna leave you with 4 words that I want you guys to remember, okay? Keep that same energy. So we talked about a lot of stuff over the past 2 weeks. One thing we talked about was accountability. We talked about how we're gonna hold ourselves accountable and how we hold our people accountable as well. So when you guys go back out on Monday or Sunday, for some of us, to the operation, and it's time to look in that mirror like we talked about, how important that self-reflection is every day as leaders, and hold yourselves accountable for the little things, like being on time, like making sure that your people are working safe, like making sure that you are communicating with your people. Keep that same energy that you had in class when we talked about accountability. We talked about the difference between a leader and a manager. We just finished talking about it. We talked about how leadership is earned. Being a manager, that's just a title. So 6 months from now, when you go back out to your operation and you're just expecting everybody to listen to you and do what you say just because you have that title of frontline supervisor, remember what we talked about in class. Remember what it takes to be a leader, to create a following, to have people want to come to work, not for that paycheck, but they want to come to work because they want to work for Jorge or they want to work for Brianna. Remember that. And 6 months from now, keep that same energy. We talked about safety. Each and every day, we found a way to tie safety and how important it is to keep our people safe into a lot of lessons that we did. So a year from now, when you guys go back out into your operation, and it's one of those days, because you know those days happen, everything is going down the toilet quick, and we have to make it happen. We have to get the packages out. And you have to decide, am I gonna take a shortcut, or am I gonna do it the right way and keep my people safe while continuing to make this service? Remember how much we talked about the importance of safety in class, how much we talked about the importance of taking care of our people. That's basically what our class was about over the past 2 weeks. So when it comes time to making that decision, am I gonna take this shortcut or not? Keep that same energy. The journey you're on is not an easy one. You guys have been told by many people throughout our class, even Jeff Simonic, that you have the most important, the most powerful job in UPS as the frontline supervisors. You are literally on the front line. But I want you guys to know that to me, you guys are more than that. You're emerging from this class with the tools to be effective leaders. Now note, I didn't say that you guys are emerging from this class as leaders. Just because you came to my class for 2 weeks, just because you got up and you participated, just because you're about to come up and get this fancy certificate with your fancy accolades, that doesn't make you a leader. We've provided you the tools to go out and to practice being effective leaders. So 2 years from now, when you're going out into your operation, don't leave that toolbox sitting by the wayside, just pulling it out whenever it's convenient. Don't let that toolbox collect dust. Every single day, go out and bust that toolbox out and find a way to get better. Remember, like Captain said, it's about getting better each day. Even if it's 1%, get that 1% better each day by using the toolbox that you're leaving from this class. And soon, if you want to, and you're really eager and you are hungry to grow each and every day, you will find yourselves as effective leaders. But you can only do that if you do what? Keep that same energy. So this is my first class of the year, and I'm really excited about it. I believe that it went successful. There are a couple of people that I need to give some thank yous to. I want to say thank you to all the members of the Air District staff that came out and gave their contributions to the class, spoke to the class. I want to say thank you to Captain Norman Seawright, who came to graduation to give his contributions to the class. It's always a pleasure, and I feel like I take away something different every single time. I want to say thank you to my new partner, Jonathan Mills. Without you, this class would definitely not be what it was, so thank you, and I look forward to watching us grow over 2022. And I want to say thank you to our Air District Manager, Jeff Simonick, for coming to class and giving his contributions as well. So y'all, this is over. Are you sad? Yeah, you ready to shed a tear? I am a little bit too. But just remember, when you guys go out there, I heard so much from you all, stuff that I'm not gonna say on this camera. And I know you guys have an agenda when you go back. When you guys go back, you have the tools and you have the mindset. You have the power to change the game. Matter of fact, just to let you know, Jonathan and I came up with our team name. We're the Game Changers. Like that?
Excellent.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're the Game Changers. So you guys go out. It's not gonna happen tomorrow. It's not gonna happen next week. Might not happen next month. Might not happen next year. But guess what? You keep trying. Every single day, you keep trying. And if you do, and you don't give up, eventually, you guys will change the game. And I look forward to being in the game that you guys change. So something else that you can take away from this class, and I want you all to hold on to this and remember it because it's probably the most special. Look to your neighbors. Guess what else y'all gained? You just didn't gain a toolbox, with the leadership skills. Y'all gained partners, teammates, partners for the rest of your careers here. Even in myself and Jonathan, don't lose our phone numbers. In Captain Norman Seawright, you guys have gained people to reach out to if you want someone to vent about the day, if you want somebody to celebrate in your successes with you, if you want some advice on anything, you now have partners for life from this class. So to hold on to that because it's very special. And I hope that you guys continue to reach out to each other and reach out to me. Because I look forward, I expect to see each and every one of you guys do big things in this company. And again, I can't wait to be in the game that you guys go out there and change. So with that, we'll start FSTS graduation. Before I call the first person up here, I just want to let our audience know, as I bring people up, you will hear me announce some awards and accolades. There were some things that our class voted on. We voted on who was most improved throughout class, that person who might have started off kind of quiet but emerged from the class and broke out of their shell. We voted on who was dressed for success, who came to class not dressing for the job that they had, but they dressed for the job that they wanted. And I think this guy's coming for my job. We voted on who gave great contributions to the class, who spoke really, really well, and that person is our Legacy Award winner. We also had a activity where we asked review questions, and the last person standing was our Knowledge Bee winner. We had a group project, so you'll hear me announce who were the group project winners, and we had a competition where the groups had chances to win points over the past 2 weeks. So you'll hear me announce who was the group competition winners. So first up, and I left out, we had a final test yesterday as well. So you'll hear me announce who got perfect test scores. So first up, we have Brianna. Brianna received a perfect test score.
My name is Brianna Burke. I work for 2-Day Wing B Outbound. I work for Parker Hendricks, Justin Webrink, and Gary Kelly. One thing that I learned is how to be a leader, not just a manager, and how to make all my employees feel included.
Next up, we have Connor. Connor received a perfect test score. He was our Knowledge Bee winner, and he was a member of the group Super Soups, who won our group competition.
My name is Connor Cotton. I work in the 2-Day Wing Echo Outbound. I work for Josh Jordan, Josh Riley, and Gary Kelly. What I'm going to take away from this class is to continue to develop and grow my people so they can reach their fullest potential, as well as myself to always continue to strive to learn and grow.
Next up, we have Pierce. Pierce received a perfect test score and was another member of the group Super Soups who won our group competition.
My name is Pierce Williams. I work in 2-day building 1. I work for David Weisrock, Elaine Adkins, and Gary Kelly. And one thing I'm going to take away from this class is how to be a better communicator and the importance of always communicating with your team.
Next up, we have Demetrius. Demetrius received a perfect test score.
My name is Demetrius Morris. I work for 2-day outbound Wing Charlie. I work for Beth Glasscock and Tom Schaefer and Gary Kelly. One thing I learned from this class is learn how to be a better communicator with my folks, and also learn how to be more inclusive with my folks also.
Next up, we have Ashley. Ashley received a perfect test score and was another member of the group Super Soups who won our group competition.
Hello, my name is Ashley Sullivan. I am from 2-day International Imports, and I work for Moretta Gregson Harden, Kevin O'Toole, and Gary Kelly. And one thing I took away from this class is to be more positive.
Next up, we have Kelly. Kelly received a perfect test score.
Hi, my name is Kelly Wynn. I work for a 2-day freight facility screening. I work for Taylor Eldridge, Tony Meeks, and Steve Merchant. What I learned from FSTS is how to be an inclusive leader and how to make all my team members feel included.
Hold on one second. Go ahead, stop. Next up, we have Tobias.
Hello, my name is Tobias Hargrove. I work in container repair. I work for Jordan Boston, Caleb Johnson, Jeff Pace, Kenny Eskins, and Larry Whiteman. One thing I took away from this class was to build better motivation in the workspace, and that's what I want to take back to my area.
Next up, we have Alex.
Hello, my name is Alex Marshall. I work in 2-day Thumb, and I work for Sarah Schultz, Cliff Cash, and Gary Kelly. The one most important thing I'm going to take away from this class is that I've learned that I have been more of a manager than I have been a leader, and I want to switch that to be more effective a leader for not only just myself, but also for my team as well.
Next up, we have Shantae.
Hello, my name is Shantae Baker. I work in 2-day Hub Training. I work for Tiffany Ryans, Todd Coffey, and Nancy Bottoms. And what I'm taking away from FSTS is how to be a better, effective trainer.
Next up, we have Adriana, and Adriana was the 4th and final member of the winning group Super Soups who won our group competition.
Hello, I'm Adriana Milligan. I work in 2-day ramp training. I work for Amy Roy, Carrie Timberlake, and Nancy Bottoms. And one thing I want to take away from this class is how to be more confident, but know that I'm always learning.
Next up, we have Jorge. Jorge received a perfect test score. He was a member of the group NSB who won our group project competition, and he was also voted by his peers to be our Jim Casey Award winner.
Hello, my name is Jorge Gabriel Endara. I work 2-day International Export. I work for NGCB, Kevin O'Toole, and Gary Kelly. My main takeaway from the class is to find that middle point between doing the right thing and doing things right for my people.
Next up, we have Kyle. Kyle received a perfect test score.
My name's Kyle Dinkoff, and I work in 2-day feeder dispatch, and I work for Michael Cravens, Sarah Bringers-Bell, and Steve Merchant, and I took away how to foster a more inclusive work environment.
Next up, we have Robert. Robert received a perfect test score and was also voted amongst his peers as coming to class every day dressed for success.
My name is Robert Wagner, 2-day Wing B outbound. I work for Lauren Rose, Justin Webrink, and Gary Kelly. What I'll be taking away from this class is resilience as a leader. And what I mean by this is that despite whatever happens in the day, the morning, whatever goes wrong during the sort, the fact that I know that I owe it to myself and my people to keep giving all I've got.
Next up, we have Emily. Emily received a perfect test score.
My name is Emily Darty. I work for Chris Holzknecht, Mike Moody, and Brandon Forson. One thing I'm going to take away from FSTS is that our company is always growing, it's always changing, and there's always improvement to work for yourself, and always be a better leader today than you were yesterday.
Next up, we have Corey. Corey was a member of the group NSB who won our group project competition.
Hello, my name is Corey Rogers. I work in 2-day Wing A inbound coverage. I work for Michael Martin, Angie Valley, Lindsey Duncan, and Gary Kelly. This class has inspired me to become a better leader and a more inspiring person.
Next up, we have Sharia. Sharia was voted amongst her peers as the most improved throughout our class.
Hi, I'm Sharia McFarland. I work in Building 2 Unload. I work for Rashawn Williams, Elaine Atkins, and Gary Kelly. I'm taking away from this class more confidence speaking in front of people, and to also help my employees to do a lot better and be successful while they're at work and outside of home life. Thank you.
Last but not least, we have Paul, and Paul received a perfect test score.
My name is Paul Merchant. I work 2-day feeder dispatch. I work for Michael Craven, Sarah Bringers-Bell, and Steve Merchant. What I'm taking away from FSTS is it's important to coach your people, train them to be what you want to be, and train them to take your spot, pretty much.
All right, guys, that's everybody. So now I want to take this opportunity to bring somebody up, someone who we asked everybody on day 1 to start paying attention to who spoke really well in the class, who gave great contributions, and who they wanted to represent them as our Jim Casey Legacy Award winner. So this person's gonna come up, read an excerpt from our Jim Casey Legacy book, and give you all his thoughts on that. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Jorge, our Legacy Award winner.
How's everybody doing? It's a good day, right? Honestly, I can't even lie to you. It's a little stressful being up here, but getting the opportunity to talk to you guys, have a heart-to-heart in this kind of way, it means a lot to me. I've already been introduced twice, but I like the sound of my own voice, so I'm gonna introduce myself again. My name is Jorge Gabriel Lindara. I work 2-day international export. And I just want to say thank you to Lauren and to Jonathan. You guys provided us an excellent experience, and I want to thank the rest of you guys for providing me and each other such an excellent experience. The first quote is actually on page 34 of the Legacy book, so I'm gonna whip that out real quick. It is from the section, The Road Ahead. In planning our trip over the road ahead, it perhaps will make the way seem clearer if we first attempt to visualize the kind of country through which that road will go. There's a new world ahead. It will not be the world of the war years. A little ironic that I chose this. It will not be the world of 1940 and earlier. It will be in a world in which the average person will expect more and get more of the desirable things in life. In America, there will be a higher standard of living for all, even for those who will live without work on the tax money the rest of us pay the government. Although not everybody can see it now, the world in which we live will, as a whole, be better than ever. The, quote, good old days that some like to think of are gone, never to return. The, quote, good old days that will be spoken of in later years are here today. Let us make the most of them. The reason why I chose this, and I actually chose two, because one ties in back to this. I genuinely believe we're in the same place that Jim Casey was when he said this. We are at a turning point with the massive labor vacuum that we're about to experience with both employees and with management. We have a unique opportunity to take hold of this industry-defining giant of a company to make the world ahead of us a much better place than the one we ended up in. But we can't do this without determination. My second quote is actually just on page 7, if you guys ever look into it, and it is a quote on determination. It says, determined people make conditions. They do not allow themselves to be the victims of them. Determined people working together can do anything. One of the first things that I said when I met you all was that an individual human being is infinite potential made flesh, and if we all together, in a determined manner, try to achieve the same goal, there isn't anything that we can't achieve. It's not going to be easy to, I wrote here, it will not be easy to wrest the future from our current trajectory, but the future is in fact in our hands. And if you guys ever feel like you're down, or if what you're doing doesn't matter, something that I tell myself to keep myself motivated, sun's up, thumbs up. So if you guys ever find yourself in a situation where it seems a little hopeless, just know that out there somewhere Jorge is saying sun's up, thumbs up, and everything will be okay. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Jorge, for those words. I think I want to take that with me. I want to share it with my son, with everybody. Sun's up, thumbs up. I like that. Thank you very much. Well, guys, that wraps up our FSTS graduation. Again, give yourselves a round of applause. You guys did a great job. I can't wait to see you all out in your operations, in doing what you do, showing that toolbox off, being effective leaders. I'm really excited for that. So with that, we are going to end FSTS graduation. Thank you.